Hello there, boys and girls, men and women of all ages and countries, apparently. Um, Merlin here, just an old man watching some music on the internet. I'm relaxing at my house tonight because there's a blizzard going on out there. It is absolutely blizzarding. I live in Minnesota, so Minnesota. And ask Wendy about Minnesota. She lived here for a while. But the thing is that with all of the corona apocalypse going on, I have been really busy, and I wanted to watch a video, is what I wanted to do. And so I decided I'm going to watch this group that I made a commentary on one of their videos a while back, Everglow, right? And I'm learning more about them now. I don't know much about them. I've only watched a little bit of background. This video itself, I probably have watched more than, I've got more, I actually checked out the lyrics and everything, because it's so puzzling. And I wanted to get a feel for what's really going on in the song, okay, before I started, talking about it. And so I happened to see a commentary or an analysis by David Kim from DKDK News. Thank you, David, because you explained it in a very literary fashion. You analyzed the video nicely, the song, the lyrics, and I have a little bit of a different angle on it. But then again, I'm American, so whereas it seems nice and wholesome on the Korean interpretation, it seems a little bit more sexy and seductive on the American interpretation. But either way, the idea of the little chocolate morsel, the bonbon, the candy, the sweet candy, either it's getting where you are going, it's debuting, like he says, it's being successful, or it's the woman saying, yeah, we're going to get together, okay? And then she is the sweet morsel, is the thing. And a person can interpret it either way. That's what's nice about music. That's what's nice about literature. That's what's nice about poetry. Okay? So Lia Kim is a choreographer, and I tell you, she's awesome. Everything I've watched that she's done is just, she creates that kind of poetry in motion. And as David Kim said, he said that she identified the symbol and the motions of the antler motion, right? That's what a lot of people call it, or the crown. She called it a chocolate tree or a bonbon tree. And so that look is, if you take a tree, if you take a stag, if you take a crown, all of those are these regal, accomplished symbols, okay? And so no matter how it works, they have that. Well, David said it's almost like a magical incantation look to it. I mean, it almost looks like they are like they're doing some sort of, magic with the way they move at that point. Right. And so that's the choreography, which is awesome. I love it. But, okay, so here's, I'm going to put my other glasses on so I can see. I'm having technical issues with my sound right now, so I'm just going to be listening off of the computer, which is kind of pathetic. But I can deal with it. I've heard the song plenty of times. We're going to watch the MV, and then I'm going to spend just a second or two afterwards watching a bit of a dance practice, okay? But here we go. Let's do Everglow, Bon Bon.
Everglow.
And I love the motorcycle. Now listen to this voice. That, it's very, it catches your ear and it like pulls you in. It's kind of cool. Now the MV, they got the horse, they got the car, they got the motorcycle, clearly moving forward, taking off, getting, I like that cannon move. Clearly they're getting a start on something, which fits perfectly with the idea. I love that too, where they go up and down. They're very well coordinated, and of course it's Lia Kim's choreography, and it's always great. But so the starting out, the initial revving up to get going is a perfectly reasonable interpretation, in my opinion. And this is all the chocolate tree, as they say. Okay, so now they're in the classroom, and if they have spent a long time training, then the classroom represents all of that background, right? And again, this is not me. It's David Kim. He's the one talking, telling me a lot of this. Love the wink. You should get a little wink there. Okay, so now with the classroom looks like it's sort of smoky, and it looks like a warehouse. It looks like an industrial warehouse, like they're part of the machine. Okay, and then they've these other scenes where they're in the bright light, and they got the different dresses and everything, different outfits, and see it's all semi-schoolgirly when they're in the building, in the schoolroom. And all of the slow motions, the slow sort of grindy motions that go into the choreography, they have the effect is, I'm going to pause for just a second. So the effect seems to be that it's a confident effect. Okay, they're not dancing flashy. And I mean, there's other parts that are flashy, but when they get into the chocolate tree phase there, everything is, you snap into a position, and then you like grind into another position, and it shows, it emanates confidence, which fits with the song, because they're saying, we're starting out, we're reaching for the sky, we got a canvas, we're going to paint it, and you're going to want my everything. You're going to love what you see. Okay? And that's where you can take it in an American direction. You're going to get everything you want. You're going to love what you see. Or the artistic direction. We're going to perform and you're going to love us. Which, of course, we do. They're very good. Very good. So, let's carry on. Now, I like the auto-tune. Now, I've heard other people say that they don't really like that auto-tune, that little moan interlude with the auto-tune. They say, well, it's like, auto-tune's bad, right? Well, no. In this particular case, it's got an effect. And that effect is, it's sort of, it's robotic, okay? And being robotic at that moment, okay, because they're being, the motions they're going through are very sort of princessy, and they're on the ground, and they're like pointing up, and she's like saying, shh, that kind of motion. And over that is this sort of robotic hum that is her with the auto-tune. And it has a very, I don't know, it has a, I said it puzzling earlier, or not confusing, it's puzzling. The juxtaposition is sort of puzzling, which is really cool. I like the auto-tune section. As a matter of fact, I'm going to back up just a little bit so we can go through that again into this. Now the classroom, again, it's like they're remembering back to the classroom. And there's lots of... Let's get started. There's lots of sort of independent motion, and then it snaps into very uniform, coordinated motion, and then they spread out in sort of a very random way, and then they'll snap into a position. There's a lot of juxtaposition. It's like we're going apart, but we're moving because we can do this. It's the choreography captures that we're ready, and even that right there, it's lightning, is what it is. It's like this lightning bolts that you're seeing. Sweet. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm just going to zip over to this is right after the auto tune. Okay, because I just want to look at these different sort of phases and try and point out what I mean. Okay, so the sound changes, of course. Okay, so individual singing, and the movement wasn't the same, and now they're moving in all different directions. It looks random until, and it's still sort of semi-random, but the rhythm is there, and then again they're sort of around, and watch when they snap in. Okay, now everything is coordinated. Okay, and you're gonna love it. And then they do this arm motion, which is always cool. I always like that when I see that kind of thing. And then they go into the tree. Boom. Now, the tree, it does have, I mean, just, it looks like this symbol means so much. But it is, from what I've heard, Lia Kim says it's a symbol. It represents a crown, right? And then it's like bonbons, and the way they're moving is like a chocolate tree. She has that image of it being like a forest of this sweetness that they're part of. Okay, which is really kind of cool, and symbolically, it is visual poetry. Again, you've heard me say that about other groups, but this is very cool. This is awesome. I like the way they do that. And again, just that one shot at the end. And the end, they've got that look at the end, like we got it. Yeah. Now I'm going to say something about this song. That I should. Okay, I'm going to say something about this song. There are a handful of. I concentrate always on the girl groups just because I like the register. I like the voices. I like the choreography. I've watched some boy groups. They're great, right? But as far as the music that I know is mostly girl group music. Okay, and there are a certain handful of songs that in my, I don't know, semi-artistic, 50-something-year-old drummer, singer, biker mind, there are certain songs that are structured perfectly. And this is one of them. Okay? The way the chorus and the verse and the pre-chorus and the chorus, the bridge, that auto-tune, which is basically a bridge, right? And the way it drops into that the chorus, that drop, that has the rapid hi-hat with a low bass underneath. Everything about the song is perfectly intended. And there are a few songs like that. This is one of them. If I were to pick out 5 perfect K-pop songs, this is one of them. I should review the other 4. I should do that. Let's say 5 perfect K-pop songs. This isn't number 1. I don't know which one is number 1, but this is one of 5. So I'll do the other 4 sometime. And if you want to watch, go ahead, great. I mean, it's like, I'm just an old man. Oh, what do I know? But I've got an opinion, and I'll tell it to you. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you want to buy me some coffee, it'll be down in the links below. You know, go check out my channel. I got a couple other things. So, thank you for coming. Holy cow, that is just getting blizzardy out there. It's a good thing I'm not driving around tonight. All right. Good night. Good day. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming.